What's up everyone? So today I wanted to try a summon build that revolves around the popcorn perk. In case you don't know what the popcorn perk does, when you put it on a unit and whenever it faints it summons a pet from the same tier as itself. So for example, if you put it on an orca, the popcorn will summon yet another tier 6 unit. And I wanted to play around with this one. I wanted to make an entire summon team around it. So what we'll be doing today is, you'll actually see in just a second. I believe this turn is going to show my intentions perfectly if you have not gotten them from the thumbnail already. But yeah, we do get double level ups, Babusi, which you know I love taking. I think I'll also perhaps build the spider, just so that we can get the buffs onto the Toucan that I'm just going to take from the shop. And yeah, Toucan is going to be one of the pets that we are going to be using for today's video. It's going to make it so that after we put a popcorn on it and it faints, it's going to give the popcorn to the 3 pets behind it when the Toucan gets to level 3. For now it's not going to be receiving any useful perks sadly, because I don't think I've put anything useful for this. Like maybe the best I can give it is garlic, if I even have that in the pack, which I don't think so. But yeah, that's going to be the point of the early game. Get the Toucan scaled up, get it up to level 3 if at all possible. Thankfully we do find yet another one. I decide to stack right there just to increase the chances of the big Toucan receiving the buff. Unfortunately it didn't work out, but I think we'll be winning regardless. Yup. So yeah, I think we are doing pretty well for the early game, as we get a level 2 Toucan, even a blobfish from the level up, so we actually have lots of good stuff. I also take a weasel. I did have several attempts at this, maybe like 10 attempts or so, and I found it super useful having a big weasel in the early game that helps generate gold, because like we want to have a lot of levels on the things that we are going to buy, especially the Toucan and the mysterious pet that I'm going to take next, which you've probably also seen from the thumbnail, but I won't spoil it just yet. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. Hopefully we get some avocados, and thankfully we do. We also actually get yet another Toucan, so we are 2 Toucans away from a level 3 now, which is super nice to see. We're probably going to lose here, but I don't know, it's going to be kinda close actually. Unfortunately we do end up losing, but it's fine, we have many hearts remaining. We have the Toucan at level 3 now because we're going to use the blobfish on it, and a lot of good tier 5 units in this pack. There is obviously the turkey, which is going to be super useful in any kind of summon build. There's also the alpaca that is going to help us get some extra experience, and maybe we even get an extra level out of it pretty early on, so we can find the real star of the show, which I think I've made you wait for long enough. I'm going to say what it is. We are looking for a panther. Obviously when you have a perk centric build like this one with the Toucan and the popcorn, we are going to want a panther, because a panther at level 3 is going to quadruple the effects of any perk that is placed onto it. That also counts for the popcorn, and it's going to make it so that the panther summons 4 pets out of the popcorn, which is absolutely nuts. It's better than a level 3 orca, and thankfully we do find it pretty early on in turn 9. So yeah, we also find an alpaca, which I think I'm going to take. Stonefish was pretty useful, but I'm going to get rid of it for now, because obviously alpaca is going to help us pivot a little bit easier. Unfortunately I don't think we have the space for yet another one, but at least we do get a turkey. So if we manage to find a pill for the blobfish, we can free up yet another slot, and we can start pivoting even crazier with the alpaca. For now I buy an avocado, hoping that I get the alpaca trigger onto the panther in the shop next turn. And ironically enough, here we end up losing to a summon team. I'm guessing the game detected that I'm running a turkey and thought this guy is running a summon build, so why not match him up against fellow summon players? Which unfortunately for now we don't have even a single summon on our team, but I think we'll pretty quickly fix that. For now we're getting a level 2 turkey, a level 2 panther as well, and we also get an orca from the level up. So I think it's alpaca's time to go. We get yet another turkey on the team, and now we have an actual summon pet. And yeah, the final team is actually going to look a lot like this. I don't think many of the units are going to go. If anything, I think we are just going to combine the turkeys and put in a 5th pet alongside these. So yeah, let's see how we do here. Pretty scary looking team with the multiple snipes, but actually we do have the stats to defeat them. Or more like they don't have the levels to defeat us, because we are not statted up actually that great, but we end up winning regardless. Here we are going to try to make yet another pivot, getting the panther, hopefully trying to level up to level 3. We also have blobfish pill as well, which I'm going to take onto the turkey. I pill immediately just to free up a food slot. I don't think it's a good play actually, because the blobfish receives some pretty decent stats from the turkey, but I do want to be more gold efficient just because this run really requires a lot of purchases to be made. Here I think we're going to lose unfortunately, but it was relatively close. Considering the fact that they have double Stegosaurus, I think we did pretty well there. I'm also taking a parrot because that could actually be pretty cool if we manage to pair it up with the panther. It's going to be yet another panther on the team, which I've never seen such a combo before. A panther plus parrot. But for now it's going to stay in the shop. We're hoping to find the popcorn first in order to enable this build to work. For now though, we are going to struggle a little bit, but thankfully the orca gives us a very good summon in the tapir, and the tapir in turn summons yet another orca, so we do have a little bit of an infinite going there. But yeah, back to the shop we go. We are looking for the popcorn and we finally find it. 2 turns away from winning, so I think we are going to be pretty well off now. Basically the only counter to this build at this point is going to be the perk removal, such as weakness and ink. And thankfully our opponent only has snipes and weak ones at that, so we end up actually creating tons of summons and winning easily, which is super satisfying to see. And yeah, I believe this is going to be the final turn. I'm going to include the parrot. You can see I initially wanted to put it behind the panther, but as you can see right here, I wanted to get the level 3 panther instead, so now we have 4 summons from it, and the parrot is forced to go behind the orca. Whatever the case though, this is going to be the final build, and I really hope you enjoy it. If you did, I hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care!